Hello students, I'm going to go over the persuasive speech assignment. So I'm here on the Start Here Speech 1315 link, and I'm going to go to click on Unit Lessons. We're now in Unit Lesson 3, and it is chapters 23 to 24, Persuasion. So you have here your checklist, Unit Lesson 3 checklist, discussion board 3, and your persuasive speech video outline PowerPoint. Check your course organizer for assignment due dates, and you check right here when these two assignments are due. I've left how to upload your video to YouTube. The same way on how you did for your informative. You've got your speech delivery method file here. These are just helpful resources to give you more understanding of the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern that you will be using for your persuasive speech outline. So this is a Word document that I have explaining more about that guideline, about the Monroe's, and then I've also did a PowerPoint to give you more information about it. This is an excellent video, YouTube video. I think it's about 5 minutes or less long, and this person does a great job in detailing the steps of the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern that you're going to be using for your persuasive speech outline. So please take a moment to watch this video as he explains the 5 steps, because the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern has 5 steps to it. Okay, now I'm going to go over the persuasive speech assignment with you. You should have read chapters 23 and 24. Those are the persuasive speech chapters. The speech time frame is just like the informative's 4 to 6 minutes. However, the goal for the persuasion speech is to influence, change an attitude, belief, or to reinforce. You want to persuade the audience to take a favorable action, create an awareness, show the importance of a problem or issue, convey that information, and most importantly, promote a behavioral change. You want to educate your audience about the size and seriousness of a problem and convince them that they can and should make a difference. Again, watch this video because he does an excellent job in explaining each step. You can use 5 note cards, write keywords, phrases, do not read your speech. Again, it's the same delivery method extemporaneously, just like your informative. So once you have completed the outline, and I'm going to go over the outline with you in a little while. Once you've completed the outline, then set aside time to actively practice your speech. Practice at least 5 to 7 times and at least 15 to 20 minutes. This will help you deliver your speech conversationally and help for you to know your topic well. You will feel confident and you will feel that I know this because I've practiced and I've given myself time to really know this topic well. Business casual attire is strongly recommended to have the best learning experience. 3 reputable sources, and remember to cite those sources on your final draft outline. Again, all students are expected to incorporate an extemporaneous type of delivery. Please do not read your speech. That's why it's important for you to practice and practice so that you feel comfortable and you sound conversational and that you know your topic well. Your note cards are to be used sparingly and just write down keywords and phrases to trigger your memory. Stand as you present if you can. Do not be far away. I want to see you. Be in a lighted room. Make sure there's no distraction. Make sure to maintain eye contact. You've done this before with your informative speech. So each step of the Monroe's motivated sequence, you must incorporate ethos, pathos, and logos. These terms are on those chapters of persuasion chapters. These are the rhetoric forms of persuasive: ethos, pathos, and logos. So this is the 5 steps: the attention, the need problem, the satisfaction, the visualization, call to action. The attention, how will you get your audience to stop and listen? The need problem, in this step, you convince them that your cause is a problem that needs to be solved. You must make it relevant. You have to get them emotionally invested in the problem, or they will not feel responsible to adopt the solution that you're going to present on step 3. This is the step that you will give the research you gathered the problem using ethos, pathos, and logos to make them care about it. So on the 3rd step, introduce your solution. How will you solve the problem? This should be the main part of your presentation. Be specific, be clear, make it simple. Visualization step. Here is where you help the audience visualize the difference that if your solution is adopted, this is what it's going to look like. Describe to the audience the positive things that if the solution is adopted, this is what you can see, those positive changes. And then, how will life be different if nothing is done? What does this look like? And then call to action is the last step. How will you convince your audience to act now? Give them a specific call to action. What can they do now or in the near future to help? Make sure you give contact information when relevant and strong. This is your last appeal. The persuasive speech time frame, again, is 4 to 6 minutes. You're required to use at least 3 sources. Remember to mention those sources as you present and cite those sources on your outline using either APA or MLA format. You are required a PowerPoint, 5 to 7 slides, just like you did for your informative, is YouTube delivery. Again, you've done this before, so the only difference here is persuasive speech is you want the audience to change, a behavioral change, an attitude change, a belief to change. So once you have completed your speech video and you have uploaded it to YouTube, then what you're going to do, you're going to submit that video to Blackboard. And how do you do that? Click on the Persuasive Speech Assignment link. And here click on Write Submission. This text box pops up and you will copy and paste the link because you've saved that video somewhere on your desktop or flash drive, and you copy and paste that link right here. Okay? And then do not forget your PowerPoint. In this same assignment link, click on Browse My Computer. You've saved your PowerPoint somewhere on your desktop flash drive, somewhere, and then you would open it up and then attach it, and it should be right here, and then submit. So remember, your YouTube link here, and then attach your PowerPoint here by clicking on Browsing My Computer, open the file up, attach it, and then submit it. So now let me go to the persuasive speech outline. Now this is the outline template, Monroe's Motivated Sequence outline. Please use this template. Do not use any other template. It is a Word document. So if you do not have Word and you're using a different, you don't have that software, I've told you that TCC provides the Microsoft Office 365 for free for our students. And when you log into Blackboard and before you click on this course, you will see Microsoft Office 365 on your lower right link, and you click on that link and download Microsoft Office 365. Do not use any other document. It needs to be this Word document. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And this is what it looks like, the Monroe's motivated sequence. So just like your informative, you type in your information. You type in your topic, the specific, let me do this. General purpose. I will make sure to have that. I don't know what happened there. General purpose. General purpose is to persuade. Remember that. General purpose is to persuade. That's it. Just 2 words. Do not write a sentence. You just need 2 words there. Specific purpose. What's the goal you want to achieve? So you will type in that information here. Again, this is a persuasive speech. You type in your thesis statement. You type in your attention getter. And it says here, this is step 1, the attention getter. That's why it's important to look at the those resources that I have provided for you in this unit lesson. And then I'm going to go over, I also provided a student example of the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. So as you are working on your outline, then you should have, I recommend that you have that example, student example outline right next, side by side, so that you can follow the instructions carefully and know that you're doing it correctly, because I've provided you a guide to go by. So you type in your information here. Need or problem. Describe the need. This is where you identify the need or problem. Why should we be talking about this? Remember, you're going to use transitional statements. And if you don't want to write the transitional statements here, that's fine. You could just delete that. But as you're presenting, then, just like you did for your informative speech, you want to use those transitions to move from one step to the next. This will allow your audience to know where you are and where you're taking them. So type in your need problem step here. Satisfaction solution step. This is the bulk of your presentation. This is where you're going to describe in detail what is your solution to the problem that you have discussed with them on step 2. Again, you can delete that. And maybe I'll just go ahead and upload another outline like this, but I won't have those transitions there. But make sure that you, in each step, you detail the information. And now I'm going to go over the student example that I provided you after this. Visualization step. This is where you need to show your audience, tell your audience, if you adopt my solution, this is what it's going to look like. And if you do not adopt my solution, this is the negative impact it will cause. Describe the benefits that relate to your audience. Describe the consequences that will affect your audience. And then the last step, step 5, action. This is your last appeal. This is where you tell your audience, this is what you can do right now. This is what you can do in the near future. Make it specific, make it simple, make it easy for them, so that once your speech is over and you've touched them with your presentation, you affected them with your presentation, and they want to make that change, they can go ahead and do it because you've given them simple steps. You've given them that last action. What you can do now is make a phone call to your state representative. If you do not know your state representative, this is where you can search for your state representative. This is the website. This is the phone number. Again, provide them specific information so that they can be readily to make that change, to make that behavioral change. That was just an example that I was using. So it all depends what topic you're presenting. And then in this same document, you're going to type the sources that you use, your at least 3 sources. You could use APA or MLA format. So let me go back now, and I'm going to show you a student example of one. Excuse me. This is a, excuse me, I'm sorry. This is a student example of Monroe's motivated sequence. The student did an excellent job on their outline. Their topic was nature-friendly alternatives to fast fashion. The general purpose, just 2 words, to persuade. Specific purpose, to have audience replace fast fashion with nature-friendly alternatives. That was his specific purpose, to replace fast fashion with nature-friendly alternatives. And their thesis statement, they stated the problem here. The earth is in danger by fast fashion through land, air, and water pollution, but together we can save the planet by adopting nature-friendly alternatives. So he had 3 problems here. And I'll show you in the need problem step, he discussed those 3 problems, 3 main problems. So the attention getter, he started off with a question, and he kept on asking. That caught the audience attention. And then he gave some relevant information, because you need to give that in your attention getter. You want to have the audience start thinking, okay, why is this important? Why should I care? So that's why it's important in your attention getter to give information so that the audience can start thinking, can start making that transition, that change, can start thinking about, okay, this is important. Yes, I could see how this will affect me. So the thesis statement, land, air, and water. In the need problem step, the student described how fast fashion affects land pollution, affects air pollution, and affects water pollution. And the student stated that in the thesis statement. That's what you need to do. The student, very in-depth, need problem step, very in-depth. And then the satisfaction solution step, this is where the student convey the solution to the audience. This is what you can do. These are nature-friendly alternatives. Thrifting, borrowing, recycling, better buying habits. Again, this is what the student conveyed to the audience. This is what you can do to replace fast fashion. That is the solution step. Make it detailed, make it simple. I know this is 4 to 6 minutes. Now the student did not, this is, remember, for the outline is detailed. For your speech, for your presentation is 4 to 6 minutes. So I don't think you're going to say all this, but you're going to have to give enough information so that the audience can start thinking. You want to get the audience uncomfortable. And the reason why in a persuasive speech, so that they can experience that cognitive dissonance, like, oh, okay, I can see that. I didn't realize that. So those are things that you want the audience to be thinking when you present a persuasive speech. Now, step 4 is the visualization step. This is where the presenter convey information about, hey, if you adopt my solution, this is what it's going to look like. This is how you're going to be helping the world, the earth. And at the end, step 5 gave simple things that they can do to start making that change. This is your last appeal. Make it strong, because this is your last time that you can have that opportunity, that chance to appeal to the audience. And then you see here that the student typed their sources. Again, you could use APA or MLA format. So again, as you work on your outline, have this outline, this student example outline, side by side as you're working on your own. go back. And to submit your outline, you would click on the Persuasive Outline link right here. You would click on Browse My Computer. You've saved it somewhere. Open up the file, attach it, and then submit. And let me go back to, just remember that on the Persuasive Speech assignment link, you submit your speech video, your Persuasive Speech video, and your PowerPoint. And on this Persuasive Outline link, you only submit the outline. There's 5 points will be deducted if assignment is not submitted correctly. Okay? There's 2 places. This is only for the outline link, the outline that you submitted here, and for your Persuasive Speech video and PowerPoint you submitted here. Now, I would suggest that you take time to view this video and also read these resources. Let me go ahead and open up this PowerPoint. And this is what I have. I go over in detail each step, what you should have for each step. Like step 1, think, put yourself in the position of your audience. How will you get your audience to stop and listen? Why should they listen to you? How does what you have to say benefit them? Is it relevant to them? How? Credibility. You want to get your audience attention, but you also want to establish credibility. So make sure the research that you are searching are credible. Do not use Wikipedia. Step 2, this is the need step. This is the need problem step. Again, read this information on your own because I describe in detail what information you should have for each step. So this is step 3, the satisfaction, visualizations. Let me go back. This is the attention. This is the need problem. This is the satisfaction solution step. This is step 4, visualization. And this is the last step, step 5. So take time to view that PowerPoint. And this is just, again, a document, just, again, going over the steps. So I have provided enough information here for you to do well on your outline, to do well on your persuasive speech, and check your course organizer for assignment due dates. And I would suggest that you begin working on this assignment now.